Welcome to a new stream, everyone. Usually, in that sense, I would say good news, everyone, for the memes, but obviously that wouldn't make any sense. My friends, everyone has done this in the LOR sphere, and so I actually didn't want to, but given that literally everyone did it, I guess I'm feel kind of inclined to do the same. There is a new state of the game posts from LOR recently, and everyone obviously is talking about it. Sir Tournament, discussing Legend of Runeterra, state of the game and future of our content. The first thing actually that I watched, and it made me aware of it, was actually Boulevard. Legends of Runeterra 2024, state of the game, refocuses on PvE. Alright, then we have Majin Bay, lore is dying, so what now? Our Doomsday Prophet, Snooey apparently hasn't posted it yet, but maybe there is something soon from him, I assume. We have Grappler, also, who made a video just a couple of hours ago. What went wrong in Legends of Runeterra? Pretty much everyone is on the bandwagon right now that LOR is basically dead and or dying, and I mean, that has been a thing ever since like, when was it, like 1 year ago or something? Or was it 2 years? Can't remember. I think it was 1 year ago, actually, where they said they're gonna refocus on PvE because that's what makes them the most money. Well, and then obviously, like, actually, I think it was maybe like 2 years ago, because then Dave came in and was like, no, you know what, fuck that. We're gonna have PvE, the Path of Champions thing, obviously on the thing. However, we're gonna focus on PvP, and that was fucking amazing. Like, the sets that they have released, especially the latest one, even though Morgana is a little bit overbearing probably, but there are still counters that people come up with now. Also, like, rotation and stuff like that. Last year was pretty good, I would say. But it was always apparent, obviously, that LOR doesn't make them any more money, and that's where my rant is gonna be coming in. However, first, to actually understand what everything is about, obviously, there was a post on riotgames.com, and basically, you know, detailing right here, this is pretty bad omen already if you have fucking banner like this. Changed it right in the road ahead. So basically what it means is they are gonna have a bunch of layovers, which absolutely fucking sucks for the people, obviously. I hope they're gonna find something soon to, you know, keep them going, obviously, because layoffs are always bad. The thing is that they mentioned here that a bunch of, like, with the layoffs, obviously, some of the games that they had, or that they were doing, especially with Riot Forge, with all the games that they were experimenting with, that they basically are going to be gone, and they double down on the games that make them money, which is, as you see here, LOR, I wish. Legends of there you go. League of Legends, Valorant, Teamfight Tactics, and Wild Rift. So this is what makes them money, right? Now, oh, just see right here. Arcane Season 2 is on track for November 2024. Okay. Alright. Okay. Now, however, we're gonna go down. And we have here Legends of Runeterra and Riot Forge. They basically list off everything. You know, we're gonna keep going with this. Legends of Runeterra doesn't even have its own fucking mention. It's just Legends of Runeterra and Riot Forge. We want to specifically address two areas where you'll see immediate impact from today's changes. LOR and Riot Forge. As LOR continues its journey, we're making changes to move the game towards sustainability. We know there's a passionate community who absolutely love this game. We do too. I'm gonna dive into that in a little bit. It's gonna get loud. Despite critical achievements and the role it's played in helping to build out the world of Runeterra, LOR has faced financial challenges since launch, costing significantly more to develop and support than it generates. In response, we're reducing the size of our team. They did that before, now they're going to reduce it even more. And renewing our focus on the Path of Champions. This shift allows the team to experiment more in the PvE space, concentrating on the game mode where players have been spending the most time. the LOR team has more details here, and we have a video planned for the upcoming weeks to talk about the future, which is, what was it? February 1st or 2nd. This is pretty much everything. So, okay, we want to know a little bit more, obviously, so we're gonna check this out right here. And one thing that I can say is that Dave Guskin, who made this post, is no longer gonna be working together with Riot, which... Hey everyone! Sadly not good news, everyone. I'm Dave Guskin, executive producer and game director for Legends of Runeterra. I love this guy. I wanted to catch up with you about what's going on with LOR, and after the news today, take a moment to talk about what that means for the future of the game. Let's jump into why we are here today. Oh yeah, I showed at the beginning, Sir Tournament, Snooey, Grappler, Majin Bay, Boulevard, obviously also Silverfuse made a video about this. I don't know about Mega Mogwai, but or Swim. Imagine that. Okay, let's jump into why we're here today. The truth is that despite LOR being an incredible game developed in tandem with the community, LOR has struggled over the years to find its footing as a business. While we at Riot are extremely passionate about our LOR and our community, also we need to ensure LOR is sustainable as a business so that we are able to continue investing in games, experiences, and players across our ecosystem. However, we haven't been able to get to the point of sustainability with our approach thus far. In alignment with the larger Riot-wide business changes going on, which links to the post that I just mentioned, we needed to make some very hard decisions about the future of LOR. Starting today and continuing over the next few months, we will begin the process of reducing the size and scope of LOR to a team that is focused on sustainability, making the game you love, aka basically what is going on with Hitman right now, where you don't even make any, where they don't even, that's also a thing. Hitman 3, absolutely love it. Freelancer is an incredible mode, however, it's still pretty bare bones. You can tell that, yeah, it is there, it's awesome, it's fun, but it still lacks something that makes it a real, like, roguelite experience, you know? However, obviously, because they are now, the most of their team is basically focused on the games that they're developing now at IOI. So you only have like a skeleton crew remaining at Hitman. And I'm feeling, or it feels like, that it's the same thing that is going on with Runeterra. You have some people at the Runeterra team that are probably not even completely dedicated to Runeterra, but they just make some Runeterra stuff on the side. That's kind of how it feels. And the ones that are now actively only working or solely working on Runeterra, they're probably not going to even exist. They're probably going to be either laid off or they're going to be in other fucking parts of Riot, I would assume. Yeah. Unfortunately, that does mean that the LOR team has been impacted by Riot's organization changes. This is obviously not an outcome that anyone wanted, but we truly believe that this more focused team will propel LOR towards the point of sustainability for our community. There are still lots of things to be excited about with the future of LOR, but over the next few weeks, we'll be focused on people and the impact to them from these changes. I've talked about this before in how we've had to be more laser focused on what we work on. We've invested a lot of time and resources into LOR to give the team as much runway as possible in an attempt to make the business work, and the truth is, we haven't been able to do that. Every shift over the last couple of years has been done with the goal of achieving sustainability, but that has required other games here at Riot to subside LOR's exploration to find a business model that works. We know these constant shifts that have meant a lot of whiplash for you all around our direction, and that this new reduction in our scope may feel like a blow. However, this current path is necessary to provide LOR a way forward and to enable us to keep the game around to play for years to come. Wishful thinking. After we have regrouped as a team, Legends of Runeterra will once again recenter and refocus, this time with the rising star of the Path of Champions forming the core of the business. Yeah, do you remember when Path of Champions, as I mentioned like previously, you know, 1 year ago or something, when they actually were hardly focusing on that, and then it was for a couple of champion cards that came out during that time frame, where they first showcased the hero in Path of Champions and then a little bit for PvE. That sucked. The Path of Champions is already a popular and rewarding experience enjoyed by a majority for our audience. Yeah, the Path of Champions is already a popular and rewarding experience enjoyed by a majority of our audience, and we're excited to explore what else we can delight players with in this space. The new Refocus team will be led by my good friend and strategist Eric Shen, who has done incredible work over the past years to make LOR the best product it can be, while preserving what makes it a great game. Eric being a fresh perspective to leadership for the team and is excited to continue serving LOR's community as their advocate both within the LOR leadership team as well as the broader League Studios team. I cannot wait to see what the team comes up with under his leadership as executive producer. As for me, I've spent the last 5 years on the Legends of Runeterra team. Jesus. First as cards designer and eventual gameplay design lead, then as head of gameplay, game director, and now finally executive producer. Over my time on the game, I've seen a lot of big exciting swings. I'm really proud of the diversity of champions, including Nora, Jack, and Elder Dragon, and deck archetypes we've had throughout the years. It's a testament to the strength of our DNA, design, narrative, art team, that we were able to deliver such high quality content time after time. Experience like Lab of Legends have surpassed our expectations, and it's now its own fully featured mode with the Path of Champions. The goal now is to lean into and deliver on those successful places in a more sustainable way, continuing to produce champions that players know and love, and more content in TPOC. This is your game, and in partnership with Eric and the other dedicated devs, and an even greater game it shall be. My time with LOR is ending, but I'll still be here at Riot working on other games. That's exactly what I mentioned previously, and cheering from the other side as a fan and as a player. Thanks everyone for your patience and understanding in these difficult times, and thank you for letting me be a part of this incredible community and the journey we have taken together so far. So if you're looking for more details, we'll go into a first look at what comes next for LOR on February 2nd in a chat with me, Eric, Mark Merrill, and Andril Van Roon alongside an FAQ for more detail on the specific changes. Dave. Alright, so obviously February 2nd is gonna be the probably, according to everyone, Sir Tournament, Snooey, Grappler, Marchand Bay, Boulevard, Silverfuse, the day where basically they're gonna give them the shovel, Riot is gonna hand over the shovel and just, cover the dirt over LOR, in that sense. The reason why, okay, I came from LOR from Spellweaver, which is a game that probably no one knows. It's a card game, I loved it, and the game is dead. That's why I also switched over to LOR. But I also gotta say, ever since I played LOR, it's probably the best card game ever, because I pretty much thrived in there. Spellweaver showed me the ropes and got me into card games, and yeah, just LOR is just fucking amazing. The problem, however, the thing is, Spellweaver obviously was an indie game. It wasn't funded by everything. They had funding problems, however, until their dying breath, basically. They had a tournament every month. It was like Masters, basically. So, seasonals. And the thing is, for the first seasonals this year, they even said it's not gonna be something major or anything like that. Was there any coverage? I don't think there was. So that's already fucking a bad sign, obviously. The thing, however, that fucking irritates me the most about this is backed by Riot. Riot has done, and everyone, I think, can agree with this, everyone, is that the fucking funding or the fucking lack of care from Riot is so fucking infuriating. It's like they always treated LOR as the bastard child that they never had. It's debatably, one of the best games that they have, especially for PvP, for everything. The community is wholesome and stuff like that. Obviously, everything, the game works, The team is passionate, the players are passionate, the content creators are passionate, and they fucking just refuse to acknowledge it seems. Okay, many people ask, why don't you bring the game into the main launcher? Many people said they did that, obviously, with, what's the fucking game's name? TFT, with Teamfight Tactics. Many people said if they wouldn't have fucking put that in the main League of Legends client, the game probably would have been dead at this point. I don't know. Maybe it would have. Maybe it wouldn't be. Why in the fuck did they refuse to do this with LOR? LOR is its own separate launcher. They fail to mention it at every fucking moment. They rather, I think they had like some League of Legends championship bullshit, whatever. They rather advertise a fucking Jinx plushie doll thing than to put an adword for fucking League, like Legends of Runeterra, that the game basically exists. I'm pretty sure that most people that just play LOL like casually, they probably wouldn't even know LOR is a thing. Oh, you know, Riot made a card game about Legends of Runeterra? No, never heard about it. I wonder why, because probably they fucking never mentioned it to begin with. You know? Fucking hate this. And the thing is, like, right here. Legends of Runeterra and Riot Forge. Was it this one? I think there was like another post. I think it was this one. There was another post. I basically closed it off earlier because it was pretty much the same. I thought, but apparently it wasn't. I think it was this one. Was it? Ah yeah, it was this one. Right. As Legends of Runeterra continues its journey, we're making changes to move the game towards sustainability. We know there's a passionate community who absolutely love this game, and we do too. You don't. It's fucking apparent. If you would actually love the game, then you would have, number one, put it on a main launcher and fucking advertise it a little bit more in your fucking main social media channels, you fucking idiots. I fucking hate Riot for this, okay? I just fucking hate it. However, it hasn't performed as well as we needed to. This is the one where I was like, okay, I have to make a video about this. It hasn't performed as well as we needed to, despite our best efforts. What efforts? Every effort that has been going into this game was from the fucking LOR team. You know? They made their best efforts. They made the game what it is now. Riot hasn't done jack shit. The exact opposite, actually. You know? What do you mean despite... Okay, Riot, tell me what was your best effort? I didn't even know, like, if you wouldn't be in the card game sphere, would you even know that would you even know that LOR exists? No. You are funded by Riot. Yet Riot obviously doesn't give a shit. So don't give me that fucking shit despite our best efforts. Fucking kidding me. We've been subsidizing the cost of development on LOR through our other games. But at this point, that's just not a viable option. So, we're reducing the size of the team and shifting our focus on the Path of Champions PvE game mode. Because apparently that makes the most money, I'm not sure. But the thing is also, you know, and that's also what many content creators have said. Give us more, what's the word, like more options to spend money on. Obviously, we have boards, we have card backs, we have Guardians. Yeah, most of the Guardians are recolors, but also boards, obviously, you know, best purchase that I ever made was probably the Earth board and the Pike board, the Lurk board, whatever you want to call it. Those two, fucking love them. The first board that I ever bought was actually the Ionia one. That was obviously great. That was a great addition. However, it was just too less. And the thing is, I think that's also the main reason why Riot just didn't want to advertise LOR, was because they are the least predatory. The fact, and many people also mentioned that in not only in the LOR sphere, but also otherwise, I've seen that been thrown around. It's the least predatory card game out there. The reason why, when you know, there's no packs. There are no pack openings. Obviously, you know, when you progress throughout the regions, you know, when you level them up, obviously it's some sort, like, basically card packs to a certain degree. But it's not that fucking RNG fest that you have in Hearthstone or Magic or actually Spellviewer back then. The thing is, you see a card and you buy it and you get it and that's it. You know, there's no fucking RNG element to that shit. The reason why they overprice the cards if you want to buy them individually is because they want you to play the game to earn the cards. You know, like you should. you know? And when it's done like that, I have my entire collection that I have every card. I have so many fucking shards backed up and so many like craftable cards that I can probably never even spend them because the game is probably going to be dead soon. However, I bought some heroes. Actually, I bought Yasuo, I remember that. And I spent some games to get some cards because I just wasn't, you know, patient enough. However, I bought a lot of skins, I bought a lot of boards, I bought a lot of Guardians as well. I bought pretty much every Game Pass. Game Pass? Yeah. No. What was it? Is it Game Pass? I think it's called Game Pass. Yeah. I pretty much bought all of that. However, if I wouldn't have ever, like, bought anything, I also, given just how much I played the game, I still would have been able to get everything. And that's exactly how gaming should be. It shouldn't be like, okay, how big is your fucking bank account or how big is your fucking wallet? It's how much time do you want to invest in this game? And if I like a game, then obviously I should be rewarded for that. And Legends of Runeterra did just that. And then obviously when you buy cosmetics, you know, then it's like, okay, you know, you give me so much, you're so generous. Of course I'm gonna buy the Game Pass. Of course I'm gonna buy some skins. Of course I'm gonna buy some boards. Because again, the best purchase that I made was the Lurk board and the Earth board. I fucking loved it, loved the music, loved the animations, loved the whole atmosphere about that. We've been subsidizing the cost of development on LOR through our other games, but at this point it's just not... Yeah, I got that, yeah. So, main points, basically, or the thing that everyone agrees to is... Like, everyone is basically already gave their farewell speech at this point, with Sir Turmund basically being like, okay, we're gonna make some videos, enjoy it while we can, because it's probably not gonna be here for any longer. Sunny, again, hasn't done anything yet, which is interesting. Grappler also basically gave his farewell speech. I think he actually came from Artifact. Margin Bay, I think he still has some stuff on the side. Obviously, every one of those that I mentioned right here, also Boulevard, fucking love this guy. Everyone that I mentioned so far, basically their whole channels, and to a certain degree, especially for Margin Bay, not so much for Sir Turmund, but I guess also for Boulevard, is their entire persona and their entire channels and livelihood is basically Legends of Runeterra. And then it's like, yeah, okay, if it's not here anymore, then what does that mean? The thing is, we're gonna, like, obviously, highly speculation. Everyone did that already as well, and I don't want to dive into that too much. But they said, like, okay, February 2nd, there's gonna be a Q&A. Which maybe I can get myself free from work there just so I can actually witness that. That would be kind of perfect. Which is a Friday. So yeah, they're gonna go in depth for that more, obviously. Sir Turmund made said some outrageous stuff, obviously, that maybe they're gonna, like, disable ranked. They are never gonna be doing that, I'm pretty sure. If there is still obviously content coming out every 2 months, 3 months, whatever the case may be. And also a tournament every 3 months. Doesn't have to be every month, you know? Every 3 months or something. And broadcast that fucking shit, you know, then sure. That's perfectly okay. We're just gonna have to see, and then obviously, like, some balance changes around, because otherwise the meta is gonna get stale. The thing is, like, with a statement like this, and with every content creator basically already bidding their farewell, it's not a good sign, number one, and number two, many people are probably like, oh, the game is dying, so I'm not gonna even get into it. Might be the case. But yeah, my friends, with that being said, I guess we can just go into ranked, eh? Hold on a second. Let me just fire up the game. Oh, yeah, that's my 2 cents. We are, overall, we just have to wait until February 2nd, and then, yeah. And then we'll see where the game stands, ultimately. We need to hear it from the horse's mouth at the end to fully understand where the game is going, obviously, and yeah. I mean, content is gonna slow down, ultimately. That's a given. It's just gonna... We're just gonna wait to see who is here to stay for until the end, basically. Which, interestingly enough, I think... Didn't Swim come from 2 games that died? If anyone remembers Swim, even. I think he actually came... I know he came from What was it? Underlords, I think? That game is basically dead, but he stayed until the end. For this one, and then there was another one, I think, but for this one, he didn't, or couldn't, for obvious reasons. And now that the game is almost dead, you know, I feel kind of a little bit bad, because maybe I should have just streamed it a bit more often. I said Game Pass earlier. I meant Battle Pass. There's probably not going to be probably not going to even be another Battle Pass. Imagine that.